Alrighty, folks. Hey, it's Outlaw again. So today we're going to go ahead and talk about Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends, of course, is a mobile game that can also be played on the PC through the Polarium Play app. You can pick it up on the Play Store or on the Apple Store. But today's video was requested by one of my clanmates. One of my clanmates asked me to go ahead and do a video briefly explaining the different artifacts, why different artifacts are really important. So today we're going to focus on the artifacts, but I think before we go ahead and jump into the artifacts, we're going to go ahead and talk about this new patch, because the new patch came out real recently. So with this new patch coming out, we're seeing a lot of these downtime compensations. Basically, they're just letting us free farm out clan bosses because, they're wonderful. But so this new patch, what they decided to do was release a bunch more content for us. So we have one of the biggest things in the new patch is we have a brand new setting for the campaign. We have the Nightmare campaign. Now, Nightmare campaign is really awesome because it gives us a lot more silver per run. It is more experience per run. It is almost twice the energy per run. But the really cool thing that we're looking at here is this 3 to 6-star artifacts dropped. Now, this isn't perfect because most of those artifacts are going to be whites or maybe even greens. You're not really going to get anything beyond that. And even if you do, you're incredibly lucky. So let's go ahead and look at some of these artifacts. Like, we can pick up a bunch of different stuff. I'm pretty sure I picked up some 6-star artifacts from yesterday's farming. Um, yeah, so like these boots I picked up, they're 5-star. Those need to be sold. But we get 5 stars, we get 6 stars. So 5 stars are a little bit more common now because 6 stars can be dropped in there. But we do also get these 6 stars. That being said, that's going to help us out. I mean, as we look at certain members of my team alone, like I have Mike Hale is still not in full 6-star. So we can see even like my apothecary, who's got a semi-decent power, still doesn't have full 6-star artifacts, or even my Altan doesn't have full 6-star artifacts. This is also pretty frequent. I think I'm not going to clip this one out for you so you can see, like, we are still facing some issues right now. I have it downloaded fully on my phone, so I've been jamming out on my phone. But to do this video, I do need my computer. So we see a lot of this kind of a thing. Like, this is why we're getting these downtime compensations. I think yesterday we got it 4 times, and today we've gotten it 2 times already. And each time we're getting it, we're getting a key, we're getting an energy refresh, as well as an arena token refresh. So, I mean, they are giving us something for these issues, but these are also issues that the game probably should have had figured out, and I don't understand why we're seeing so many of these issues. Like, this really just shouldn't be happening. Um, and this is just, I mean, we're months past the release of the game, and we're still seeing these types of issues every time a new patch is released. But on the plus side, that does help some people get a little bit further in the game. I know my clan yesterday, we really utilized that, and we went ahead and we hammed out the hard clan boss yesterday for the first time, which is really nice. Being able to go ahead and get that clan boss while also killing the normal and the easy clan boss all in one day. I mean, that was really something. Alrighty, folks. I know that I said that I wasn't going to cut, but we actually just had a game crash there. So, again, just kind of gonna show you guys, like, this is just kind of the state of what's happening right now with the game. I don't know that anybody who's been playing on PC has really had any good dealings with that lately. I mean, my game will sit here and stay stuck downloaded at 63 seconds for just a little bit here, or 63% for a moment here. But we are going to go ahead and try to dive back in and talk about these artifacts. Um, so artifacts all come from different places. We're going to go ahead and talk about the sets for artifacts first, and then we're going to talk about how they'll drop for you, where you can get them, things like that, as well as go into more detail about each artifact set. Now, it's important to note that not all of these sets can drop out of the campaign. So not all of these sets are going to be able to drop up to 6-star for you just from doing the campaign. But your major sets do. your life, your offense, defense, crit rate, accuracy, speed, lifesteal, retaliation, fury, and curing. Those all drop out of the campaign. So to go into a little bit more detail about each set, we have the life set, which is going to increase the healing or increase your champion's health by 15% for having two pieces equipped. When you see this next to the set, that's how many you have to have equipped. And then this underneath is the description. That's how many you need. So on example, I have on my Yaga the Insatiable, I have two sets cruel and one set accuracy. That means that he has, with the accuracy set, he has 40 plus 40 accuracy, and with the cruel set, 15% attack and ignores 5% of enemy defense, for a total of 30% attack and ignores 10% of the enemy's defense. Um, so you've got your life set. So each set is going to have a weapon, a helmet, a shield, gloves, a chest, and boots. Now, the three easiest pieces to find on somebody are going to be your weapon, head, and shield. And that's because weapons will always be flat attack as the stat that they give, whereas a helmet will always be flat HP, and then a shield will always be flat defense. Whereas things like your gloves and your chests and your boots won't always just have flat stats. In fact, in most cases, if it does have a flat stat, you're probably going to get rid of it. Like your gloves, you're going to want to look for crit rate, crit damage. Different things for different people. So when looking at, say, Kale, let's go ahead and I know it's generally bad, but let's go ahead and look at what they recommend for him artifact wise. Artifact wise, they want him to be in two sets of offense and one set of critical strike rating. Now, they want to help you capitalize that critical strike rating by giving him crit rating gloves. Okay, I do actually like that for my Kale. I do run that with my Kale. But then they want him to have an attack percent chest. Again, I actually run an attack percent chest with my Kale. They also want you to have speed boots. I don't disagree with that for anybody. I think there are very few people in this game who maybe don't want speed boots, but for the most part, everybody in this game will benefit from having speed. So even if you don't have the other boots that you might equip onto somebody, but you do have speed, go ahead and just slot them into speed. It's not a big deal. Get them the set bonus, right? Because completing a set bonus is generally going to be better, especially in the early game, than actually getting the actual stat that you want. Like in early game, let's go ahead and I'll find somebody who doesn't have any artifacts and just kind of give them baseline crap artifacts that don't really matter. So, right, Preserver. Let's see. What does the game say that Preserver wants? Oh, actually, she doesn't seem too terrible. I don't even bother with her. So, Preserver is telling me that I want two defense sets and two HP sets. So in the early game, if I'm looking for somebody that I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm not clearing the campaign, I need to go ahead and do that. You know what, whatever. Let's figure it out for her. So I just picked up a Preserver. I'm a brand new account. Okay. Well, you know what? I need a weapon on Preserver. Let's go ahead and give her a weapon. I'm just going to give her this weapon. Okay, I need a helmet on Preserver. Okay, great. You know what? I have a helmet here. This works for me. That's great. Again, really easy to do that. Your helmet, your weapons, your chest, anything like that, it's not a big deal. Now, I don't plan on equipping the Preserver with anything good here because I actually do need her for fusion. So everything that I equip to her is probably going to be pulled off of her. Um, Honestly, I might not even pull it off. Um, but now I need to look at I need HP gloves and I need HP boots and defense chest. Okay, so I do have a pair of HP boots here. So I'll equip her with HP boots. Right, now let's go ahead and look into my life set. Now I'm equipping, again, we're pretending that I'm equipping for an early game preserver. Okay, so I need either HP or defense gloves. Okay, well, you know what? I think I do want to stick with the HP gloves. But you know what? I don't have HP percent gloves. I just have flat HP. You know what? Even if it's flat, we're going to go ahead and do it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And then, okay, I need defense chest for her. Great. You know what? I do have a defense chest, and I upgraded a little bit for somebody else. But I'm going to go ahead and equip that for her. So now we see here that even though this pair of gloves isn't great, just equipping this chest here still does give me that benefit of having the set bonus, which is a big thing that I want in an early game account. I want that set bonus. I want to fill out that set and get that bonus. That's why I'm equipping those. Now, in a later tier account, I don't want this. Okay, I don't want to equip an artifact that I'm not going to use on her. So even if I don't find an HP pair of gloves, which when we scanned through my HP gloves, I think we actually found out that that's a lie. I do in fact have HP percent. No, I don't have HP percent. Okay, so I want HP percent gloves on her. So I've got to find another set. Okay, well, you know what? I've got the HP gloves here in the offense set. Now, they're not going to be a set, they won't complete it, but for now, giving her this set piece still gives her more HP. So I am going to go ahead and actually equip this because the HP bonus that I'm going to get from this is going to be better right now in mid to late game than it would be early game to just complete the set because my equipment can go up to a much higher level and I'm going to get a higher standard of quality out of my gear. Um, so in the early game, you want to complete the set. In the late game, you might want to just equip for this. You might want to just equip something that's got the stats that you want on it. I don't really have another good example of this for anybody. For the most part, most of my people have most of the stuff equipped that they want. Um, so I'm not really super worried about that. But that's going to be something that you might have to encounter, something that you might have to deal with, is just equipping something to give somebody what they want. Now, more on some of the other artifacts, because we do have plenty more artifact sets to go through. We have our attack percent set, our offense. Now again, all the things that are the same there will always be the same. Your weapon, your helmet, your um, your shield, those will all have that flat stat, but then they also have substats, and those substats can be really important. Substats are really powerful because, say, so if I'm equipping this, this might be great on somebody who I want to use in arena who wants that little bit of HP, but is going to be using, or who wants that little bit of attack, but is going to be an HP hero. Um, so maybe thinking something like if I were trying to build a Nazana for Arena, or maybe even just Nazana period. So upgrading this. When I upgrade this to +4, one of these is going to upgrade with it. And when I upgrade it to +8, I'm going to get another upgrade. When I upgrade it to +12 and +16, I get another upgrade to one of these. Now, the benefit of it being legendary is that there's no random artifact. There's no random substat. So if I have a legendary here, like this is great. There's nothing if I were using this for certain people, like if I use this for somebody who needs a little bit more accuracy, who wants to crit, which everybody could use crit, so that's not really a big deal. Speed is important on everybody, and then resistance in arena is amazing. Like you want to resist those high damaging abilities, or if you're dealing with a team that's going to be doing HP burn, maybe you want to resist that HP burn. Something like that, or resisting a stun. In arena, resisting a stun could mean the difference of winning or losing. So this is an example, like I know what's going to upgrade on here, or I know that one of these very useful stats is going to upgrade on here. Whereas when I take something that's white, okay, these gloves, when I upgrade these gloves to +4, I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. So these gloves right now being crit damage or crit percent might be useful. But once I upgrade this to +4 and I find out, okay, resistance, you know what? That's not terrible. That's okay. You know what? I can deal with that. Let's upgrade it to +8 and let's see what I get. But this resistance isn't going to go any higher. It's going to be flat 9 resistance. Whereas if this substat of resistance would have already been here, I would have maybe gone up to 16 or even 18 resistance. Which 16 or 18 resistance is always going to be better than that 9. So, okay, flat defense, perfect example. This is a flat stat. I don't want this. This flat stat's never going to upgrade, so this is a completely wasted substat. It's not wasted because it's still 20 defense, but I mean, at this point, like, I would rather just scrap this and equip a 4-star artifact that had better, or that had a defense percent on it than I would to equip this. So we have, again, our life and offense set. We have the defense set, which increases your defense by 15%, your crit rating set, which increases crit chance by 12%, your accuracy set, which increases accuracy by 40. There's nothing that increases accuracy by a percentage, so you don't have to worry about looking for that. Accuracy will always be increased flat. Speed, the speed set increases your speed by 12%. Now, this is going to be really beneficial on somebody like an apothecary right there, who wants to go very quickly. Most everybody will use speed in some way, shape, or form. They'll be looking for probably speed substats, um, but not everybody needs the speed set per se. So having a speed set is still really important. So you'll probably farm out a lot of the speed set at some point, but it's not going to work on absolutely everybody. Not everybody will use that. Now you have the lifesteal set, heals by 30% of damage dealt. Now, with some masteries, this gets to be really powerful, and you see a really high synergy with that. Like I have the lifesteal set equipped to my Kale currently, and with some of the masteries that he has, when my Kale goes below half health, my Kale will generally heal himself up to full or very close to it, allowing him to clear and farm out stages better. So the lifesteal set, all new players will get a 5-star, I believe it is, set of lifesteal epics just for starting the game and playing within the first week. You get that leading up to earning your shaman. So a lot of people make the mistake of going, oh, well, it heals by 30% of the damage dealt. Well, okay, you know what? But I don't have anybody dealing great damage right now. Let me sell that. Do not sell that. Do not sell that. I made the mistake of selling a couple of pieces because they didn't have great substats. Um, so my Kale is currently equipped with most of that stuff, but I mean the weapon I have is still the weapon from the first one that I got. It's not the greatest. It's not amazing, but it's a 5-star, which actually has some pretty semi decent substats. That's pretty solid. Now, the helmet, again, isn't the same helmet. The helmet that I got originally had very bad substats. The shield that I got originally had bad substats. I did actually replace my older shield, so if anybody was watching from before, you'll see that this isn't the same shield I was using last week. Um, these gloves, again, these are completely different gloves than the ones that I got originally. I made the mistake of ditching that first set of lifesteal because most of it wasn't that good. Um, don't make that mistake. Now, obviously, if you get the lifesteal gloves out of this set and maybe they're a flat stat, they're flat HP. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and ditch them. That's a pretty decent silver chunk gain for you early in the game. That's okay. But if it's a percentage and it's any percentage, keep it, right? Because this crit rate, this will go on somebody. And this defense, I can find somebody to put this defense percent on. Right? There's nowhere that I can't. There's nothing that I can't find to go on this. Now then, we're going to look at the next set, which is Retaliation. The Retaliation set's kind of fun. It has a 25% chance to counterattack when hit. Now, I've seen other games where it's been a 22% chance, so a 25% chance is pretty decent. But I've also seen games where it's a 30 or even a 40% chance to counterattack. This is also a 4-set buff. So you're looking at a 1 in 4 chance that when you're hit while wearing this 4-piece set, that you're going to hit back. Now, counterattack in this game is very powerful, but there's also people who give a counterattack buff. So I really have mixed feelings about this retaliation set. I'm sure some people absolutely love it and adore it. Um, but when we start looking at any set past this speed set, None of these sets will ever show up in the recommended tab for a champion. That's why I don't like that recommended tab, is it doesn't show these. So these just apparently have no meaning to this game, whereas a lot of players will find use to these. Um, like damage increases as HP decreases for Fury. For really high tanky teams, I've seen people run Fury Set. Fury Set works pretty well. Or HP based team. The higher your HP is, the higher your damage potential can be. Now, a lot of those champions who are HP champions deal damage based off of their HP anyways. So you have an HP champion who's not going to die because he's got so much health. And now when he starts to die, he's going to deal more damage. And in turn, kill things faster. A very beneficial set. Can work on quite a few people. We have Curing set. As we can see, I may or may not farm out Curing quite a bit. Um, I don't actually need any of these. Anybody who I have who needs the Curing set has higher stuff than this, and I can farm out better right now anyways, so I'm not really worried about this. I'm going to go ahead and sell all this. Um, but the Curing set increases your healing bonus by 10%. I'm not going to sell those. So that 10% bonus heal, that's really nice. I haven't tested it too much on people with continuous heal or anything like that, but I have seen like somebody with a direct heal, like the apothecary has his soothing chant, that does give a 10% bonus there, or even like a mother superior has a direct heal. That does impact that. I haven't seen if it impacts anything else. So if you guys know if that impacts continuous heal, go ahead and just let me know. Leave a comment down below and let me know so I can go ahead and maybe try that out on a team. Alrighty there, guys. This has been the starting video here. I am going to split this video into two parts, so do look forward to part 2 coming out soon. But these have been all of the artifacts that you are able to find from the actual campaign. Next time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about all the artifacts found elsewhere, in all the dungeons and things like that. Things like your Toxic and your Frost and all those other sets down there below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any comments or if you guys want to see anything different, go ahead and just leave a comment down below. And I would love to read all that and go ahead and put out whatever you guys are looking for. As always, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys.